You know what? Close enough. Fuck this, I can't bother. At least me know me try. I tried, bro. I really fucking tried. No, say oh father, I tried. I tried. I'm not even stress me. I'm not even mad me out. Skip. Play some MP. Play some goddamn MP. Search and destroy. Oh god, I suck out the whole of the joy out of my soul case. Just somebody run the side there. Alright. Alright, don't nobody. Don't nobody. They're not fucking body. Mm-hmm. So I'm really go for B again. No, I'm really go for B again. I ate it right now the open. Eat it on a fucking sense in a father. I even care about setting up, I just want to kill people. I don't care about bomb placement, I just want to murk people. That is it. That is it. That is it, Marcel. That is it. You fucking care about bomb buckler. Oh. You know that they feel good, you know. That don't feel good a while ago. That was a good game. Hope man I got jinx it for myself. Yo, chat, what go on? Why the fuck could I so not talk? What do you know? No. Oh shit, man, you on rank match already? I guess it's not start good yet. Yo, my phone feel hot, you fucking youth. Blood clot. Yes, man, I get QB for that much, I know. Ah, boy, come strike me from one part. I lose charge, that's alright. Don't like that, don't like that shit. Cool? There's a man, I'm gonna take A, and I'm gonna write on A. Shit! Unclear, take off mid top. My shit be lagging, bro. Shit. Shit! Yo, English that one, bro? No, we can't understand that. Fuck. 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 Man take off me, don't even know how. Who that a shot man from behind? Damn. Man, I'ma take over, dog. Oh, my shit is lagging. No, nothing but fucking lag. Wow. And that rip and my miss. I fucking miss. But I'm supposed to still get some right though. Suck your mother, boy. Damn! Yeah, message chat. Yo, Drew. Yo, Andrew. Alex, whatever your name. Message chat, bro. Yeah, my Jamaican. Like your yeah, dog. Me like your fuck. I know you. As me far so much dog. And this other name. Dog, the name me one code in a bad man. I'm put it on screen. Basic. Oh, see it there? 79YY. I'm type. Yeah, that I don't know. That's can I chat. DSGD capital T pin that bitch right now. You wanna you have a you're kind of update? Damn son. Yeah. I'm still connected to the internet, so how I going? Cause alright, so you supposed to work out now. Supposed to come back on. I'm good now? Nice to me? Nice to me now? Alright, it's supposed to good now. Everything's supposed to good now. Hopefully. Hopefully everything good now. Oh, you heard me now. After the game, bro. God damn. Alright. Lock in. Cool. Hmm. Yeah, take off my head top. Clean. Doggone my head top. Jano. Damn. Shame. Shame, kill me. Shame. Who the fuck? LMG. Of course, on LMG. No, man, leave the brother there alone, yeah. Cause god damn. Like, man, like, just fuck. Oh! Oh! Yo, you should have tear up my KD ratio. The man violate me do a fucking good. Are you returning that? Alright, 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 alright. Give him respect, him deserve that much. No lie. It's been a while since I play card. No lie. I want it to you. I'm trash, man. I lie. Trash here, fuck. God no. More go and get better. At one point when I used to play card, what's true my life right now, I feel a little, I'm shy. Call it that. What am I gonna do? Oh, yeah, see button there. Andrew, or Alex, or whatever your name. Just know my dog. Right about now, you're telling you I'm mad. You're the first mad channel. Big up your damn self. Moderate stand there. Yeah, give you that. You're most active in the chat, so I make you one mad. Big up your damn self, is it? You get the first free mod of the channel. If I find nobody else mod later on, I probably like, if I feel like it or somebody pay me money, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Right about now, back in multiplayer. Um, play search on this, kill confirm, take off front line. Then drop your name in the chat, cuz. Alright, after that game on my audio, then we can go sub man. run a few games, you see it? Because my soon done with COD. Because I have some other shit for do. My video reactions to the record. Me a MIA talent. Yo, what the fuck? Alright. Alright, Andrew, big up for themselves. Dead boy. That is it. Boy, them money are trash. I must start the meter can't play. Wait, where that's gone? Oh! No fun ever some bats me I play against, right? Meter shit. The meter must shit. Cause I lag me that lag too much. You like I lag me that lag too much enough for that. No, the meter shit. The meter clear shit. Shit bug. What of them are shit bug? Remind me of myself. They remind me of myself. Shit bug. Garbage. Oh, what's up? Big man. Big man. You know better, big man. You need to shit bug for real, Andrew. For real, for real. You have most of the accuracy about like 20 or 30% to Rascal. Pass him there. Okay. One more win. Alright. Alright. That is all the commands. Cool. Near MIA talent 4. Alright. Like, add it right now, Andrew. Get yourself ready. Rascal, I will even add people again, pan again. Dog, you know, look me the video. Yo! I like, all this is start play card. Must move much. Dog, must stay fuck. Hmm. channel. Oh, me this thing wrong. Ah, see you, Andrew. Oh, bro, do you think? Oh, oh. Me not have heard. Bumbo clock. Yo, alright, people. They say, yo, me no remember how the game running about, man. Where you go for add people then? Yeah, long time I no pick up the Bumbo game, man, about, man. Yeah, add friends, bro. Yeah, right spot. And I add friends. Oh, no, that's mad. 30 million in a right spot. Yeah. I'm in a right spot then, bro. They in a right spot, man. Search. Put in your name. Again. Nah, say. You try on here and tell me what go on. Alright, but try it in a capsule and never did a show. I did that way there and show you, say, yo, you're not sure. Eh. Not sure for my end. No 4? 4 or without the 4? Capital M and capital T. Cool? And the 4. Alright, good. Now see you, bro. Now see you, my cuz. Try my username and tell me what go on. I mean, if I become my friend list them did too long or some shit. I don't know. Check all of them blood cleat. Remember, you know, Andrew, we'll play some. So, we'll play, must see, 1 or 2 round of BR. Depend on the vibe. Depends. Rank, multiplayer, history, basic, achievements, collection history. Yo, all the time the man change up this blood clot game. Mm, friends, blacklist, recent game, Facebook friend, recruit friend, combat advisor. Mm. In the meantime, I'm gonna play some fucking music. Get my mind off of all of them else I'm gonna take all of them. Pull up that bumbo cloth or chronic law, you fuck. Try that way, yeah. Bumbo cloth. Yeah, Jay, see this shit? Watch out. Try me now. Check your friend request now, my father. Alright. Michael, Andrew, I'm move on to something else in the meantime. I'm curious to the hyper, man. After all the blood clean. Anyway, we'll do some reactions in the night, yeah. In the meantime, in between time, Zine, going to waste time. As soon, 2026, father. Yo, one day, what have a resolution in that for New Year? Me? Me, just want to put out more bomba video and live my life, yeah. You know, school I go, my dog. That's what I really want to do. As real as it gets. As real as it gets. So now, oh, my door lock. No, my door lock. Oh, this can open up my blouse and skirt door. You know, I'm gonna get my wild out here. Hmm? No, man, get wild because one of the part. Not the door. Alright. Alright. Shit. I feel uncomfortable. I'm like a fear bomb, Barbara. Anywho. No. Watch later. Mm. The Shine. How to Flirt. I think I need to watch this. I need to watch it. Because I'm there, that. I need to watch that shit. Guess the Jamaican. Masca versus blah blah blah. Oh, this me that I watched last time, so I'm gonna get back into that. Alright. I'm just go so close that. I might drunk tonight, but that now stop me loading something here no say into this band. By Clarissa C. I could get into it. By the way, people, me not on the rights to them video. I'm not the original creator, I'm just one reactor, so please like, comment, and subscribe. When you see the video, you go live. Is it?
Paramore has some deep lore, like real soap opera level history, and it's wild to think they've been around since the early 2000s. If you ever wanted to take a trip down.
Oh, context as to why the fuck watch a video. I couldn't really care about that. No, I just one shot. Anyway, more yap. But kind of like rock music. Now I'm a huge rock fan. Like, I was a young boy, my father would take me to. Let's just be clear here. I like rock music. You see it, father. So this is of precedent to me as to why Palmer split. Got him a couple songs like Tough in a Dog. Sing that song there. But anyway, back to the video. You start the fucking chatting, yapping.
Pop punk or alt rock lane, Paramore is just that band. But for all of their success, this group has gone through hell behind the scenes. And whether it's fair or not, everything seemed to orbit around Hayley Williams. She was the focal point of every headline, every breakup, every lawsuit, every rumor. Some saw her.
Bumbo clock, dog. All I man them in a bandit one tar. I cause beer drum. I don't go on my father. I don't.
As the glue holding things together. Others saw her as the reason it all kept falling apart. From secret relationships and messy breakups to creative tension and religious differences and bandmates quitting and suing, Paramore's lineup has rotated like a revolving door. And Haley has always been at the center of it, not because she tried to be the star, but because the industry made her one, and that came with a price. Haley Williams' journey really started with how well she knew herself as an artist at an early age. In the early 2000s, she and her mom left Mississippi behind to escape a toxic, abusive home life. They landed in Franklin, Tennessee.
Haley
Just
saw from the
outside
start
Nashville.
it already. It sound like Haley life get fucked from the start. Yeah, that's why most of them rock, but and the lead singer then go. Them not living nice lives. No.
Already deeply passionate about music. While attending a private school and taking vocal lessons, she started embedding herself in the local rock scene. With the help of her mom, she was looking to find her sound and her people. That's when she met brothers Josh and Zach, two people who are on similar pathways as Haley.
Alright,
They
makes sense.
immediately clicked both musically and personally, along with Jeremy Davis. They started off so young making music in their garages. But Haley was the golden ticket who really had something brewing in the background. Behind the scenes, Haley was actually signed by Atlantic Records. So even without her
Golly.
bandmates, Haley was destined to have a career regardless. Because once she made it to Tennessee, it's like the dominoes started falling in her favor. Things started coming full circle for her. She met her future bandmates, got signed by a major record label at like 13, 14, which is like pretty productive. But Atlantic saw it.
Very young too. Mama gets signed real young. Really young. I wonder how Patrick can get from here. Not really I wonder like god damn. Fear starting at the music business and really sound that but this girl have a future. I sing. But she sound that good. So make it here.
Haley as a pop punk star similar to artists like Avril Lavigne. But Haley didn't want to be a pop princess. Since a kid, she's always envisioned being in a band. That was her main priority, and she fought with Atlantic about that continuously until they eventually just let her have it. But from the moment Paramore began, Haley was labeled as a star, and that label stuck harder than anyone expected. To the industry, Paramore was Haley and those other guys. And
Damn.
it pissed the rest of the band off, especially Josh Farrow, who felt like Paramore was his band too. Paramore's first album, All We Know Is Falling, was released in 2005. At the time, the band was still teenagers, Haley being 16. And although the album didn't explode commercially right away, it was successful enough. The album was largely inspired by the sudden departure of Jeremy. He was the founding member and close friends with Haley, Josh, and Zach. But according to interviews over the years, he struggled with the uncertainty of the band's future. At that point, Paramore was
That does sound like the money never that make no money and because of that, him have to grow the fuck up and leave him dream behind and go get a work. That's how it's so like. Basically, him go get a work. You see, get a work, John Crow.
major budget, no big hit, and no guarantee of success. With Jeremy being
Nothing in our
closer,
life
he had a
guaranteed,
doubt,
father.
but he wasn't even that old. He was only like 19, 20. Either way, he felt pressure about being in a band full time. The pressure of touring, recording, and possibly failing. It felt too overwhelming for him. Jeremy left because he just wasn't sure he wanted that life. His exit hit the band really hard. Haley described it as a betrayal, not just musically, but also personally, because he quit right before recording began. So the empty red couch on the album cover represented that absence. They had the singles All We Know and Conspiracy. What the public didn't know back then was that Haley and Josh were secretly dating throughout the
Oh God, Father God. No, this is where things start to get,
Paramore, they managed to keep the relationship private. The album Riot was Paramore's true breakout moment. The album was high energy, raw, and just a fire album all in all. The single Misery Business put Paramore on the map in a major way. Misery Business became their first charting hit, peaking at 26 on Billboard, and eventually earning a triple platinum status. Music television was actually a thing. It was everywhere on MTV, VH1, on the radio, and even Guitar Hero. Haley's entire aesthetic became the main focal point of the
Yo, who that?
bright orange hair, and her style really resonated with her audience. It was a great successor album and gave us
Yo, who that? Hold on a sec. Hold on, dude. Who that? Andrew that? No, no,
and that's what you get.
fuck.
The success for Riot only intensified the tension brewing within the band. Behind the scenes, Josh was growing increasingly uncomfortable with how much attention Haley was receiving, not just from the fans, but from the media and the label. Even though Josh had co written many songs for the album, including Misery Business, he felt overshadowed by the narrative that Paramore was Haley's band. The fact that Haley was
Oh, so because Haley, I get most of the. Oh, the Ross. No, no. So no,
positioned as a sole creative force, when in his
him bad
mind,
man.
Paramore
So
was always
basically, the man bad man him girl, and him do want more credit for him work. Okay.
to be a team. To make matters worse, Haley and Josh's romantic relationship was falling apart, quietly but painfully. While they never made it public at the time, their breakup during the Riot era was messy. Some fans believed that the lyrics on Riot reflected the unraveling of their relationship. The rest of the band was caught in the middle. Jeremy had only recently returned to the lineup after briefly quitting during the first album cycle. So basically, he saw that he was missing out and decided to come crawling back. And Taylor was just beginning to tour with the group. The band was rising fast, but the foundation was still a little shaky. Constantly touring and being around each other stopped being as fun as they thought it would be. But musically,
Dog, you know, one point in my life, my dreams for a rap band. But yo, that shit sound like one mega fucking drama work, my bro. Like, Sandra.
it peaked at number 15, selling over 2 million copies in the US. Critics praised it for its infectious energy and emotionally charged songwriting. By the end of the Riot era, Paramore was a headlining act, performing at massive festivals and touring nonstop. But underneath all the fame, the band was growing increasingly frustrated. Josh and Haley's personal
In
and
the
creative
real
fallout would
world.
only escalate in the years to come with Riot, but would mark the beginning of that divide. In 2008, Paramore did a thing. And I may not have watched the movie when I was a kid, but I sure listened to the song. The band reached a new level of visibility when they released a song for the first Twilight movie, the song being Decode, and it was the perfect match. The track's haunting atmosphere and emotional intensity captured the vibe of the first.
I probably need to go listen to that song there. Cause some of these visuals is kinda reminding me of things that I might have seen before, but we never know see them sing the song there. So we need to go listen.
And the MTV Movie Awards, helping Paramore break out of the Warped Tour bubble and reach a much broader mainstream audience. But the tension doesn't stop. By the late 2010, Paramore erupted into a public breakup. On December 18th, the band announced that Josh and Zach were leaving. A few days later, on the 21st, Josh dropped a scathing exit statement on his blog, accusing the band of being a manufactured product of a major label, but also going out of his way to highlight that Haley was the only member actually signed to Atlantic Records. A year prior,
Yeah, that fuck up. Like, it means that she alone gets signed to the record, and every single last one on her play in the band, and her play on the instruments, and she alone have a contract. Dog.
album Brand New Eyes, and you could tell that there was issues internally. The album was basically built on internal conflict. Haley and Josh were no longer dating, and their personal rift had spilled into songwriting. Haley later said in interviews that writing Brand New Eyes nearly broke them as a band because they couldn't avoid talking about what they were all feeling anymore. The singles, Ignorance, playing.
No, like this shit is so toxic. I'm halfway through the video. I'm gonna have to say, yo, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support pushes me further, is it? So yo, man, more sense.
God, and Brick by Boring Brick explain the pieces of internal conflict in the band. In the letter, Josh attacked Haley personally, calling her controlling and manipulative, describing Paramore as her solo vehicle, and even criticizing her songwriting and faith. He pointed to lyrics from Brand New Eyes like The Truth Never Set Me Free, arguing that it conflicted with his interpretation of the Christian scripture. The letter also suggested that Haley was driven more by label ambition than artistic integrity, which further fueled the feud. Zach's departure was quieter, but no less significant. He and his brother had always been a package deal, and Zach was ready to strike out on his own. 2 days after leaving Paramore, he formed Half Noise, releasing a song called Hide Your Eyes, and Josh began doing his own thing musically. Meanwhile, in the wake of the brothers' exit, Paramore was left as a trio: Haley, Jeremy, and Taylor. They released a short official statement expressing the surprise and disappointment, but no intention of engaging in the public drama. Instead, they quietly just regrouped. In 2013, Paramore released their long awaited fourth studio album. The album, all in all, had a shift in tone and genre, and it worked because the album was more brighter and fun. They had the singles Ain't It Fun and Still Into It.
Ain't it fun, yeah. Ain't it fun living in the, ain't it fun living in the real world? Ain't it fun living in the.
I don't know what it is, but 13-year-old me loved the raw vocals for this song.
Oh, that song I do. That song I do, that song I do, that song I do, that song I do. At all after all this time, I'm still into you. Yo.
Two singles were just a massive success. Ain't It Fun earning them their first Grammy Award, and the album debuted at 21. Even with all the success, the group members were still having issues. Jeremy, who had already left once before during the band's early years, left the band again in late 2015. This time, it wasn't quiet. In early 2016, Jeremy filed a lawsuit against Haley and Paramore's business entity. He claimed that he was unfairly denied ownership and royalties for his contributions to the self-titled album. According
Dog, that's some fucker that's in bad man. You imagine you devote yourself, you devote time, resources, your talent.
the bulk of the album's songs and deserved a larger share of the earnings. Paramore, now legally operating under Haley's name as the sole owner of the business, denied his claims and maintained that Jeremy was compensated fairly for his role, not a co-creator. The lawsuit was dragged into 2017 and was ultimately settled out of court in spring, just before the band was set to release After Laughter, another example of a close friendship and bandmate relationship turning into a business dispute. During all of this, Haley was going through marital issues. She had married Chad Gilbert of New Found Glory in 2016 after years of dating, but the marriage quietly fell apart. In 2017, Haley announced their separation in a heartfelt but vague Instagram post. What the public would learn later, through their interviews and her solo music, was the collapse of her marriage wasn't just emotionally devastating, it triggered a serious mental health spiral. Haley began to suffer from depression, exhaustion, and what she later described as an identity death. She felt disillusioned with the music industry and deeply isolated as the face of Paramore, and she was haunted by the feeling that no matter how much she tried to push the Paramore is a band.
Alright, so she just sound like she a mad out now because so much people live on her case now because it's mental illness. On your own shoulder. All you
To be seen as a solo act. And then the departure of Jeremy only deepened that feeling. In early 2016, after years of uncertainty and legal wrangling, Paramore welcomed back an original member, Zach Farrow. As I said previously, Zach had left alongside his brother Josh in 2010, but rejoined during sessions for the new album. He described the reunion as deeply emotional, saying that he had no identity anymore, that being in the studio together felt like they hadn't skipped a beat. After Laughter was released in 2017, and the album embraced an infectious 80s sound, with the single Hard Times and Rose Colored Boy. Meanwhile, fans are watching Haley and Taylor's relationship evolve from friends to more than friends, with Haley telling The Guardian that their emotional intimacy sparked after working so closely, saying, "We didn't risk confirming it if we weren't extremely secure." Now, in the midst of good news, is always a little bad
no, this shit so messy, bro. Like that so she move from Josh. But
news. Zach's stance on the band's values, especially when his brother Josh began making public homophobic statements. In late 2020, Josh came under fire after screenshots surfaced from his public Facebook page revealing a series of homophobic comments. In one post, he allegedly compared
The man lick up and bat him and the LGQ, LGTV people, I'm like, John, I don't know, but sometimes I think
PDFphilia. Y'all know I can't say the word. Calling both terms perversions. His profile also appeared to show support for Donald Trump, as he liked several pro-Trump posts. The backlash was pretty swift, and fans widely condemned his views. The band later reaffirmed their strong support for the LGBT community, clearly distancing themselves, and his brother following along, distancing himself also, reaffirming Paramore's commitment to inclusivity. After Laughter wrapped, and Paramore quietly disappeared from the spotlight. And for a while, fans were actually unsure if the band was done for good. But behind the scenes, Haley was beginning a deeply personal transformation. She took time off to focus on her mental health, attend therapy, and process the years of burnout, grief, and unresolved tension. Not necessarily just from the music, but just the industry in general, and from her personal life. She later said that for the first time in years, she wasn't sure who she was outside of Paramore. The soul search ended up in two solo albums for Haley, Petals for Armor and Flowers for Vases, with critics praising her for raw honesty. Meanwhile, the band continued to remain low key, Zach focusing on his solo project Half Noise, and Taylor continued collaborating quietly in the background. But by late 2021, whispers of a Paramore reunion started circulating, and they made it official. In 2023, Paramore released their long-awaited sixth studio album, This Is Why, their first in 6 years. The album was a sonic evolution, critics praising it as a grown-up version of Paramore. From being teenagers to now adults, whatever's left of Paramore has grown and reflected each chapter of their lives.
it's all the man named Mellow. No, less drama. They make it, the title just make it so like say the man he crumble up like he's a damn lost with crackers. Like I able from the system. Thank you. Alright, chat. Boom. That's one out of the block. I'm so me watching tonight. 58%. Probably can get in like 3 more reaction then we're done. What else me somebody want to watch? Things man because people became too intelligent. Tommy Lee. Yeah, man. Massacre versus Tommy Lee thing. They go on earlier. Yeah. Think of that, me watch. Dance all decoded. Yeah. Watch that. Matter of fact, chat, what go on? Oh, nobody not there. Ain't nobody here, man. Ain't no one here, man. You know one thing I'm more on the one day, chat? More on New York. I watch the ball drop, is it? More on do that shit one day. I swear to you, my nigga. Need to see that shit one day, is it? Because need to go there live one day on 163 subscribers! Yo! Me get some subscribers! Yeah, what my people subscribe to that? So, yeah, I feel good as fuck. I feel good. My dog, I feel good as fuck. Oh my god, I feel good as fuck. Alright, let me see. What did I watch again? Family versus Massacre. Alright, Mosquito versus Family. Yeah. Alright, Massacre versus Family. Full. I think I wanna so start our video, my father. Lord, in something here. No, sir, introduce us, and today we'll be watching Massacre. The fuck?
And I beg no credit for no boy, no time at all. You know what, every time. When me say DJ, I don't know what kind of boot that you have. When me say them no bad like your shoes lace, them say gonna put out or gonna go. Nobody, none of that.
Of course, since he brought up the word crown, everybody assumed that he was taking shots at Vibes.
Clearly a cartel they want shoot after. Clearly man they want shoot after cartel. Clearly.
Cartel himself. And knowing the fans of dancehall, of course they took this and ran with it, and thus became the next few months of speculated beef between Massacre and Vibes Cartel.
Vibes Cartel versus Massacre. Massacre need to do a diss song for this cartel.
With media pages reporting on nearly every little move that they did and comparing the two at every chance they got, just itching for them to clash, even though they never officially said they had any problems. That was, however, until a couple of days ago. Tommy Lee Sparta, legendary artist and longtime associate of the Gaza camp, just so happened to be on his live. Except this time, instead of talking like he usually does, he decided that he would let his music speak for itself. Quite literally. Instantly, this clip made the rounds all over social media and had the entire country wondering if they were really hearing correctly. Some people even thought that he meant massacre as it.
Yeah man, he call name direct. He dog call name direct. In this indirect. This is what I call him out direct.
The actual word, not massacre. It could never be. But the speculation became even more valid when just a few hours later, Massacre would post a random picture on his Instagram story with the song Step on Them by Agent Sasko, which is a Vibes Cartel diss track from 20 years ago in one of his earliest clashes. There was literally nothing else this could mean than he was ready for war. But as the fans were on the edge of their seat with all of their speculations, everything was confirmed just a few hours later when Tommy Lee would randomly upload a music video to his page called Control. And anyone who thought he was beating around the bush before was now sorely mistaken. In the very first lines of the song, Tommy Lee accuses Massacre brawling of having no street credit and coming after real murderers, and says, "Go and go learn some badness and go suck your mother." The first verse is the same. Can't run off a ground, never run off a block. No little boy can't get Gaza job. Be what you be, don't be what you're not, and don't size up with the done. Saying,
hey, dog, you see that song here? That song I tough your fucking on my lord. Like when you reach the point there, man say, yo, when the big mama boss say can't touch your back from it, Massacre, look like mosquito. Yo, that's not, yo, that line that tough your fuck.
run away from a war, and a little boy like Massacre can never war Gaza no time. So stop trying to be on Vibes Cartel's level when he knows that you will never be there. He then goes on to say, "Bully seat say you know why you're so from your this Gaza done, everything I got live up," saying that Massacre clearly does not like his life. This is really the road he's willing to go down. The song goes on with more general violence, but gets even more disrespectful when Tommy Lee says, "Cologne at Tom Ford, kick off your bitch nose, shred this out, then my bust off in her throat, my turn it back way and clot it here loud, then spit in her face." And while he's degrading Massacre's woman in the worst ways, Massacre will be screaming in the corner saying, "Low my bitch now." Say that his Tom Ford cologne is so strong that it will kick off his girlfriend's nose and cause her to perform the most diabolical acts, while Massacre is helpless to do anything about it. The chorus then delves into a very rock-inspired section saying, "Out of control, we're out for control," which gets pretty catchy before leading up to the most iconic part. Anyway, the big bomber boss, you can't.
So my talk about bro, the iconic line. I said the song I wrote, bro. I like the wickedest thing about Tommy Lee. Man, him not get Tommy Lee in props, man. At one point, him da get burn out, right, of rock music. And sometimes in a rock, I listen to music and I enjoy it. But enough of the yapping, back to the video.
Touch the back. It made Massacre look like mosquito, saying that his weaponry is so effective that it will shred Massacre to bits, making him look like a literal mosquito.
But if it wasn't for Tommy Lee, basically, if it wasn't for Tommy Lee, man like Roger Wall, them wouldn't have nothing.
Continues with more violence and the chorus once more, and then it comes to a close. And of course, as you can imagine, the fans went absolutely insane, losing their minds at the fact that this war was really happening. But you see, this song wasn't really a crazy diss. It's not like it had super insane disrespectful lines, and it only directly mentioned Massacre one time. So people genuinely wondered if Massacre was going to reply. After all, he's pretty much dodged every war for the better part.
Yo, man, you shut up for your fuck until 12 o'clock, even strike it. It's not 12 o'clock, and the man in my bus be a shot. But you time.
But that all changed when later that day, all fans got a notification in their inbox that made them leap out of their chairs. A red background with a skull on a video titled Massacre FN. And instantly, every single person clicked on it and the view shot up to the sky. The song starts off by saying, if Musemi are the goat, I will for vex. Michael are still the goat in the west. Here, Bob, you are the king, nothing less. A bad way bad, a button press and shot will stitch up on the flesh. Saying that, yo, who can be mad if I say that I'm the goat? I'm supposed to be rooting for myself. Michael Jackson is still the goat in the west and Bob Marley are still the king of Jamaican music. So obviously, if you are taking it to heart, say me are the goat, that must mean say you just a bad mind me. He then goes on to say, when a demon name sex, Sparta some fish were pre-man and dress. Saying that, yo, he would rather be a crocodile than a demon because demons are infamous for being a bit on the freaky side of things. But then he gets extremely personal when he calls out Tommy Lee's son by name and says, Skirtle, watch your pussy face father a hurdle. Telling Tommy Lee's son, Skirtle Sparta, that I've watched your father run from me for months. What am I gonna do about this? And it's immediately after this bomb that the
Oh, so that's why Tommy mentioned in was it Dirt D or there's any other song like after that saying calling son name can he call Skirtle? Okay, that makes sense now. Things that make sense now, my father.
drops. One crocodile, west side or son, bullet up a face and spoil up a crown. And this could be a double entendre referring to a crown car, saying that he would shoot it up. But what Massacre is really saying is that whoever is the current king of dancehall, he does not care. He will shoot them in the face, even if that means spoiling up the crown with blood in the process, because he does not care. So front Tommy Lee, you will lie down a ground. Oh psycho, you cried the guy on phone, referring to an extremely vulnerable moment from Tommy Lee from 11 years ago when he broke down in tears on his prison phone, allegedly crying about some things going down between him and Vybz Kartel and fear for his life.
Right, John, when you see when first hear that voice now in high school, like, God damn, I can't leave up the man thing like God say I know that I never did. And a good something I feel when you're a fan of our artist, bro. Can't bring down the man thing in our life. So the fact that a man can reference this years later as ammunition, is rough. That shit's rough, my nigga.
With some of the comments ridiculing him and others empathizing with his struggle, saying that the life of crime is no easy task. Massacre then continues saying, you broke like dog with pussy. Where you own? Your man lay out years, your career just a drone. And then goes on to assert his financial dominance, saying he bought his mother a house in straight cash, not a loan. He continues to further the narrative of Tommy Lee being a drug-addicted junkie by saying, you pop the molly, then you nyam the dolly. Shut up, cramp your body, rip up the freak in your bone. The song continues with more general violence, but that's when he goes into some of the behind the scenes that even caused the clash in the first place. Massacre says, the boy they at jail and I beg to collab, but the killer never do it come say a clone. So perhaps he's saying that because he did not want to do the collab, Tommy Lee has been preying him for that ever since. He then furthers the narrative that Tommy Lee was trying to use him to revive his career by saying, Circle Mobile, a still 6 compound, Yenana hits, little bricks run down. Saying that even though Tommy Lee is a Mobile artist, him still not the forward over there and a still 6 around the ground. He also makes a play on the chorus of Tommy Lee's song by saying, we shot fish, go hard for control. Minana.
Dog, give man them a fire shut your fuck. You know hear that shit? Yo, Happy New Year, is it? Happy New Year, people. Happy New Year. Is it? A new year for beer fuckery going in the background. We don't make that stop it. Can't stop me, is it? All the beer shut a fire. But as make it sound this in the chat right, I wanna wishing a happy new year type shit. The time of the night. I'm feeling nice to dig up on the damn self. Happy New Year. One more year, is it? You see what me feel like a man going is that he coming like a chasing dog that chasing I sang them, bro. I'm never really rate that. But yeah, anyway, back to you video.
Are your boss for control? Saying, yo, you are talking about your art for control, but in reality, you have a done. Me not a done. So right you know, are your boss for control you until you stay in a line cause you pass your place. He then furthers the junkie narrative even more and tells Tommy Lee to stop give the girl him coke cause I afford that. He then brings up some old beef apparently between Tommy Lee and Bounty when he says, you try this Bounty and him take you off the stage. front of the crowd. Me no ride man wave, so Masika walk proud. Me lick a son richer than you, me talk loud. Furthering the narrative that Tommy Lee is apparently broke. So broke that even his little son has more money than him. The verse then continues, and eventually he reaches a double entendre when he says, "Stop the bus right there, sir. You are past place. By the way, when you're bald by your last case, put the wallet. Big fish that, put the wallet. Little budget, you are liver for your little puppy." And that last line went over many people's heads, but sparked a massive chain reaction. Because what Masika is saying here is that Tommy Lee is so broke that he's having to financially live off of his quote-unquote little puppy. And that description fits nobody other.
Man a style sking a fuck. Man I call him pup, man I call him Pinocchio, man Pinocchio, I call skank Pinocchio. Styling thing.
Somebody who has previously tried the massacre in the past, but Massacre did not respond to his
Massacre technically wrong. They're not technically wrong. Him run. Him run from skank. He never answer. Him run. But no, yeah, war kind of weak to me, but you know, let's get into it.
King did not take too lightly to this and immediately ran out with a response of his own that he has yet to drop at the time of this video.
Yo, I can't see my shirt.
He then continues to get even more disrespectful by saying, "Shoot the totty in your head and it'll do your dirty. Or be a woman pissing on your face, but you still not love." Continuing the narrative of Tommy Lee being a super freak and saying that even if it's a Obi a woman a pissing on him face, him still unlucky in any situation where him a go war with him. Squeeze the trigger. When the girl them skin out so you eat dinner. Defend your friend them or dead in the street, nigga. Me see the picture. Them a snitch and them a real switcher. Stop dance up yourself. Or you feel stripper, you a bitch who a perform for the free liquor. Head a lift off pan a pussy where a pre-sicker. And after this, as the song begins to wrap up, he says these words.
I call a call from jail, a big man color. Hang up the phone, come and know you're a snake.
Continuing to then diss him some more, tell him to go suck his mother and calling him a licky licky boy. And of course, as you would expect, the fans absolutely lost their minds to an unprecedented degree. This
The song did long, you know lie. The song did long. But you know, as a first song in the war, it never really grabbed my attention like this.
quite frankly the most effort Massacre has put out in a clash for as long as most of us can even remember. This was really happening and everybody was here for it. People wondered what Tommy Lee could really say in response to all of this. But of course, one thing nobody was going to do was underestimate the capabilities of the Sparta man himself. And the next morning, we all woke up to see a brand new song on Tommy Lee's page called Destroyer. And people, let me just say, this man's vocal performances are some of the best I have ever seen in all of dancehall. His voice literally has the potential to be massive in almost any genre he touches. And at the start of the song, he says in the most angelic voice ever, "You can't be a goat and no murder nothing one time." But as soon as that angelic intro is done, you better hope you were not deceived. Because as soon as the beat drops, he comes in with the most demonic voice ever saying, "Fish and crooks in a swamp. Pussy and yam. Shit mouth better talk facts. Man a real killer and a subs in a song. Crocodile yam them meat in a swamp." Saying that
Dog. Dog. I'm gonna come out the wreck and a swing, you know, my lord. All the shifting boys like, family have so much fucking range, bro. No glaze, bro. No glaze. The goddamn truth. It really do listen to him discography. If you play a mute, then I go some.
about Tommy Lee eating front, but croc are the real meat eaters of the swamp environment.
Yeah, call them young fish.
Expose some personal financial allegations when he says, "Rich way, and you still a pay loan for your land. Turn fool, cause bailiff a come for your van. Fish and crooks swimming at the same pond." Saying that Massacre kept on going on and on about how broke he is. But in reality, not only is he paying loans on his land, but the authorities are confiscating his vehicle because he does not have the money to keep on paying for it. Now, how true is this really? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and find out. The song then gets even harder as the beat drops once more and he says, Which king? Pussy. Walla can push. Richard and ooh, little nigga talk up, saying that he wants the crown on his head so bad, but he's gonna end up with a fat concussion instead. He then addresses the broke rumors once more and says, we have land and dirty money. Rich and silent, we not talk enough. He then goes on to say, yeah, we pop Molly and we dip on drugs. The freak about me you really can say. Saying that, yeah, he's very open about his drug use and trying to use that to diss him in a song is not the diss he thinks it is. Yeah, Liam.
Yeah, literally, you can't use something a man own up to and try to diss him with that. You basically tell him about himself. You tell the man, you pay a loan for your land though. You understand? It not really have no weight. You see it?
Get one with an ad-lib in the background saying, yeah, bakery, exposing that allegedly Masika's girlfriend cheated on him, but it's after this that he goes into more important matters and addresses the prison video, where he says, no watch the balling, a prison style that, implying that the only reason he was crying on the phone was as a strategic move of some kind. Now, is this true? I have no idea. But regardless, it's a pretty smart response, I'll give him that.
It's smart, but if me in a jail, right? I first time me in a jail, he probably would have gone, but I probably feel that way. I'm not like. But maybe him just want to tell it in a way to make it seem like it's not a big deal. Which, that did work.
If a me did this, we would have make it slide. But from here, this one our elder a time for die. Saying that he wouldn't care if he just mentioned him alone. But from here, this Vibes Cartel is a problem. Which, to be honest, does play into the narrative that Masika is going for, calling him just another member of the gang and saying that he's following a Don. But perhaps Tommy Lee has no problem embracing that, and continues the narrative of crocodiles eating meat when he says, you know, if I Shana, you only yam the crutch. Which refers to the fact that Vibes Cartel publicly exposed Masika for being in an apparent relationship dealing with Aishana.
And it's a ramping shop. When you want Aishana ramping shop?
Which is definitely wild considering Masika's girlfriend has been with him for many. We're not going to watch that.
Mix up. Fuckery. Hey! 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 Father God.
He then goes on to get even more personal when he says, you're just bad on the phone, nigga. Trying to make me buck you on the road, nigga. Me know say your idol at Idonia. Accusing Masika of stealing Idonia's style, perhaps for his deep voice. Which is even wilder considering the two had a back and forth many years ago. And he gets even more personal when he says, little house rat, you know certain code, you know. You know, see a climax of your portfolio, bringing in Masika's baby mother into the equation and saying that she...
You know, make it get real personal. Well, from the moment Masika mentioned his son, you know, all this fear and love and warfare, baby mother get trying her shit. And our next song, oh God. Oh no. Oh no.
He's the one who controls his finances. He goes on to address the drug rumors more when he says, yeah, we pop Molly and yeah, we take drugs. LSD that make me cancel. Cause if me ever go sober, me turn in a psycho. You know how we grow, that's why I hype so. And that's when Tommy Lee randomly stops DJing and switches his voice into a white nigga to make fun of Masika by saying this.
Come on, bro. You know where you were free.
He and Amanda are, but they are probably just as shocked to hear their names in this song as we are. And he continues to expose details about Masika's past by following up with this. Furthering the narrative that Masika could not possibly understand his struggle because him not grow or him grow, which for most artists would not be that deep, but because Masika's entire image is the struggling ghetto youth who made it out of poverty. This is a pretty wild accusation. He then takes even more jabs at Masika's entire career when he says, me a bet $1 million. Say one of your fans them can't sing your song till it done. And then me see a bag of family everywhere me turn. When me look for see a Masika, no me no see none.
So I talked about from earlier. If it wasn't for Tommy enough artists that are out there nowadays, them wouldn't exist. They wouldn't even make them song here. And people play a song a certain time of night, but man. What do you call that thing there? Controversy or shock validation. Is it? But Massacre not really Massacre just Massacre. But now it's fall back in a Massacre image.
This entire younger generation of artists from Skeng to Raja Wild to Kraft to anyone who is gothic and sings about demonic activity.
Yes! Skeng, Rajawal, Cross, Valiant to some extent, no matter what he did.
While literally nobody is out here trying to copy Massacre. Man, I size you, pussy dumb, teacher head big, you can't fit in a crowd. And ends off the song with an insane flow where he says, "Me rich bad and evil, me no sign to label, me no work for people." Pointing out the fact that Massacre is one of the only dancehall artists who have signed to a major international label, Def Jam, calling him a puppet and a slave. You worship crown, house, land and vehicle. Hope so when you're dead, then bury them with you. When we're there at prison, and me run the block with the eagle. Remember say, and me say real friend and bill you. And then ends off the song by saying this. And even after the music stops, not only does he not stop talking, but he addresses how Massacre has turned the war into a freak-off and ends the song with this final line. And just like that,
Exactly. Him bringing all this suck pussy and demon and sex with friggy. And all this time, brother, you have a history with Aishana. And Aishana like one of the biggest freak them in a dancehall. So the freak is.
and I just want to say that between
And like, we don't really think about the cartel paradise, but I don't really say. You know, supposed to come off. You know, supposed to come off. Yeah, I call about the freak. Because before Aishana start link with cartel, them all them.
I genuinely feel like round one might be tied. Not only did Tommy Lee accurately respond to everything Massacre said, but he also made his fair share of allegations that no man.
Tie? First round tie? You know when I got tie, I don't want to tie me up with no fuckery, so you hear me? More with that company with.
Massacre absolutely has to address. The vocal performance of Tommy Lee was unlike anything I've ever heard from another dancehall artist. But at the same time, Massacre's song is a lot more aggressive and suited for war. Who took the first round is genuinely up to your own interpretation. And really and truly, we're just gonna have to see what round 2 brings to the fray. Maybe even Skeng will shake up. Breaking update. Just as I was about to upload this video, Massacre just now dropped another song called Tears, with a cover art that shows crocodiles swarming a crying dead man that is very obviously digging into the narrative of Tommy Lee crying in prison. Let's break this down. Unsurprisingly, the song starts off with a clip from the same video we showed earlier of Tommy Lee crying in jail. Remember, the reason why he was crying is because he was afraid that Vybz Kartel was going to do something to him. Hence why the song starts by saying, "Man trick them and press them. Nyam F. Leroy, we no big friend." Calling Tommy Lee by his real government name and saying, "Yo, you're an idiot, to make man trick you and press you." He then accuses him of having no intelligence by saying, "You drugs out your sense them," and makes the most diabolical accusation of this entire clash so far. "A be a little pick me a frig, you for dead then." And this allegation is no joke. Therefore, if we're gonna further this narrative, I would love to see some actual proof. We no licky licky, not a coffin nor a hearse, on a sicky sicky. Y'all say your back now work, Tommy kissy kitty. Furthering the narrative of Tommy Lee being an enjoyer of the meat between the feet. But then Massacre goes on a very interesting tangent, almost as if he's fighting for justice when he says, "Rifle for rifle, title for title. Enough youth on a stifle will fight on a cycle." Taking aim at the entire Gaza camp and saying that they've stifled many young talents over the years, which has to do with the many accusations and fallouts of OG members of Gaza that we've heard over the years. What does Massacre know behind the scenes that we don't? He then goes on to say, "Charge up the matic, put it side of my Bible." As if to say, "Yo, you're a demon, well, guess what? God pan for side." No, Bible and matic, I don't know if it works that way, but this is Jamaica. What do we expect? Shut, broke the bone from the joint with the 9 do, and my name upon the oath.
Yeah, I must say, I fight him with the power of God and enemy. But at the same time, though, 6 minutes, my dog. I'm going to see that song like halfway through it is and push them around. I couldn't sit down and listen to all that and pick up all of them different names.
That everything Tommy Lee has is because of Vibes Cartel, his don. Which he further adds on to when he says, "You done style ya already, but you return, you have no pride." Referring to, of course, the intro at the start, and saying, if Cartel did have you a ball sucker, you're afraid of your life, you really a go back to him? Say you never have no father and you F up as a child. Now you're a smashed little girl, and Coca puff up on the side. Bringing back up the Kitty Diddler allegations, which again, if this is true, we need some proof because this is insane. And speaking of childhood, he also addresses the claim Tommy Lee made that Masika did not grow up in a rough environment. He says, grow rough, Walter Maban, them never run the file. And continues with more general violence until he reaches a point where he disses Tommy about something that many people have been complaining about for a while. The fact that many people do not understand him when he talks in his songs. Masika says, nah here, kaya mumble, and me I listen now for a while. A pussy juice clog up your throat. Me I use the scope there from a mile. Providing a very interesting allegation for Tommy Lee's voice. After this, he goes into Tommy Lee's response about saying that his crying on the phone was just a quote-unquote prison style and it was a strategic move. Come and talk about jail style make we cry? Well, guess what? My dog I run life and I hold it out till him die. As if to say, yo, if you're a real bad man, you're not shaking no time. All if a life you in there for. Pussy, if a gun smoke, I head a fly. We never
Honestly,
no lie. And if
me don't know about that one there. You have your freedom. You don't feel no way about it. Hey, listen, me no one there. I got to say me I got broke down and every night me a ball. But everyone me turn a blood clot, man. I don't like say you go to all boys school. Shit. I like say you go to all boys school, my father. And it can get released after like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I agree with that one there.
smoke, I head a fly. We never tell no lie. And if a talent alone, you'd never get a blind. No, this is where we have to take a step back and be real with ourselves here. Tommy Lee have more talent than 99% of dancers. That is a fact. Just like you, just like Alkaline, just like Cartel, him did it. So let's not pretend like, you hear me? Like, no, we're not doing that. Because Tommy Lee never once said Masika was not talented. He just said he wasn't the king, which Masika
I'm from Yasso. In basically from Yasso, Massacre play a victim in a dog. A big sympathy from people, you know. And so Jamaican people for the most part. Jamaican people don't see no my lad.
if you not believe in yourself, pussy face, guess what? Me believe say, me are the king, me are the goat. Tell them legend never die. Send him up to Christ. Yeah, good you Leroy. Yeah, play devil in disguise. He also continues the junkie allegations and accuses him of apparently not being able to read. He then goes on.
You can't come with that again. You can't repeat the same thing about a man who already know about himself. The junkie thing, the druggy thing, that nah do nothing. That nah do nothing, bro. A massacre, a trace like some girl. A trace man did a trace my bro, like. Let's be real.
Song which accuses him of being in love with materialism. Me not worship vanity, a poverty winner life. So me stay in the Bumbuckler studio every night. And me don't beg no friend in my own zone, alright. Pussy run up on me, at the chrome them a strike. Emphasizing the fact that he's a hard worker and deserves every single thing he's ever worked for. And segues this into calling Tommy Lee broke once again by saying, yo, calm down DJ. Remember say them boy they head light. Them not get no show. We not see them on the flight. Take some time off, get a book and learn to write. F that, mix some cement, left the stage and return the mic. Suck your mama boy, you think say a girl we fight? The song then continues for about 2 to 3 more minutes of just general violence. And finally as it closes...
Yeah, the man just repeat himself a cuss and a gallivant and rate it. Alright, him lose, Massacre lose. Let's just get it over with. The video technically, you know, man, the crux them I get sweep out of morning, is it? Alright, so chat, we're going. We're going, chat. I can't say, I can't believe. No, there's no there with me. I just know. Yeah, so there, man. There you go. I probably need to go pin that, you know. Yeah, I need to go pin that, my father. Is it? My phone soon dead. Probably have to go stop stream soon. One more video then we can stop. Something short, man. I need to stay long before though. No. You know, I feel like I feel have to call it a night, you know, cause I tell myself say I'm like still till 12 o'clock. I turn the night, you know, father. I go on my bed, dog. I go on my bed. Is it? You have to call it a night, bro. I'm not lying. Never you have it no more in me. I call it quits, bro. So yo, let's call it quits, son. No, bro. I wanna go on my bed. I'm tired. I'm tired. Maybe next time. Tired of fuck, dog. Alright, chat, you know. Enjoy the company in your night, I'm not lie. Big up on the damn self. Thanks to new subscribers. Big up man like Angelo there. See you next time. Play some play some more card next time with Andrew Fordon. Is it? Big up my new subscriber. Jump on tonight with 159. I know my bro there 163 father. Is it? Life nice, my dog. Nice, you fuck. Alright. Feel good in myself tonight. It's all thanks to you, is it? You go get the money, go get the money now. I'm just grateful for everything I'm going right now, is it? God no. This wouldn't be possible without you, is it? Things aren't necessarily perfect, but we don't forget them perfect. A part of life. Go some bread. That's noted. Alright, you see me, so I play one more song. Then I dip. Oh, I'm in superhero. Cause I'm feel right now. Feel super as fuck. Tonight was a good stream, like, I'm not lying. Tonight was a good stream, chat. Like, I feel great tonight night. Just goes to show, say, yo, what me I do? It a work, bro. You know, one night, 4 subscribe. Yeah, no, whatever one I do, don't stop, continue. Don't stop. You see that here, yeah? And more video, more works. Is it? I don't even put out as much shots as I like as I used to. When I stream on Twitch. But, you know, I don't think that. No, I thought myself, as long as I know me put out videos. Is it? Nothing else not really matter to me. Me for import the rest of the video them I have put on in a separate live and post out so the rest of the video them I have to. There are some videos in a post production or just ready to hit the road, is it? So I gotta drop them as real as it gets. No, but I'm not hearing no music like yo, don't to me like I can't wait till I get I start earning from this, right? So I can upgrade my setup. I upgrade my setup, bro. I upgrade my shit. You fuck. You know a better setup, I can go for longer. I just want to play one more song, then I sign out. No, but me I forget to say I'm the one up on monkey and chat to people. Dog, what the fuck? Dog. Beer man. Bomba clot. Beer man. Yo, fuck this. Me camera. Beer man for monkey dog. Dog, be a man for the off, brother. Fuck. Alright, first game. What the fuck? Yeah. Dog, I thought bigger fucking dog. Giant. Ah. Done feel night. We done feel night. No more, no more, no more. Yeah. Yeah, we done feel night. Yeah, see next stream, I don't for monkey. I for monkey feel next stream. No, no. Yeah, fuck this, my god.